Benvolguts estudiants, mares, pares i familiars, autoritats acadèmiques, professors i membres de la comunitat universitària. Apreciados estudiantes, madres, padres y familiares. Dear students, parents and families. First of all, I would like to start congratulating all the students that graduate today. You have arrived here after a long and winding road of efforts, commitments, and successes, and you deserve our recognition. Today represents at the same time an end of stage and the beginning of a new life, full of expectatives and, why not, uncertainties as you face the world that changes deeper and faster than ever before. You must celebrate what you achieved so far, while you also dream and define your purposes and goals for what is to come. However, this congratulation would not be complete without extending it to the parents that unconditionally supported you, as well as to all the teachers, faculty, and rest of members of the university community that give you all their efforts, wisdom, and patience to turn you into better people. Secondly, I would like to thank the rector, the dean, and the rest of university directives that place their trust in me to make this speech. You probably will never forget this day, and being able to make a humble contribution to this crucial moment of your lives, it's at the same time a great honor and fills my heart with joy and also responsibility. They say time and experience make you wiser. Unfortunately, this sentence only makes sense once time has passed. When I was in your place and listened to a person of my age giving advices, I thought with that natural arrogance of youth that I was able to rewrite the story that I was listening to. And this is true, but partially false as well. Probably the best advice is to listen carefully to any advice, but not always follow them. And with that in mind, I wanted to give you 5 ideas, 5 steps that I think can help you to work towards leadership, success, and happiness. First step, purpose. Everything in life, what we do at home, at work, and life itself must have a purpose. Since its very beginning as a species, human beings always seek to understand why are we here and which is our role in this world. Purpose is what drives passion and action, is what makes us feel that what we do makes sense, what differentiates staying alive from finding something to live for. If you want to live a life worth living, try to spend as much time as possible doing things that are aligned with your purpose. If you have not yet found your purpose, don't worry. Be curious, explore, and most of all, raise your level of awareness about what makes you feel good, because your purpose will always be linked with your passions. What makes you feel good will also attract your attention and willingness to learn, making you perform outstandingly, be recognized, and feel even better, a virtuous circle. But be also aware that most of the times happiness lies not so much on that faraway horizon that we desire, but on our way to it, if we learn to appreciate what's here and now, living each day as if it was the last. As a small personal story on how life taught me some of these things, when I was 33 years old, I got great news. In a few months, I would become, for the first time in my career, the general manager of an organization. Only a few days after, they found me a cancerous tumor in my thyroid. During a couple of months, I had a lot of time to think deeply about my life so far and what I wanted for the rest of it if it all ended positively, which fortunately did. I learned 2 main things. First, that life can be shorter than expected, so I would try to make the best out of each single day. No more working without enjoying, and no more worrying or getting mad about things that seem so stupid at that moment. Second, the way I have been approaching my professional activity, too rationally based only on facts and figures, was not really fulfilling. I realized that behind the excels, there's people, and with all its emotions, irrationalities, fun, and passion that had to be managed, and that was really the key success factor. Since then, this has been my focus, and not only my impact and results, but also my satisfaction has raised infinitely. I probably found my professional purpose. I would only suggest to you to be more proactive than me. Life can be rude sometimes as a teacher. Second step, inspiration. Inspiration goes much beyond motivation. It's what makes us work in a state of flow, give the best we have, wholeheartedly commit to something higher than ourselves, is what our organizations and our society needs to improve. You must constantly seek to feel inspired and inspire others around you. How? Inspiration is fundamentally born not from rational arguments and ideas, but from people and emotions. Therefore, to inspire, you have to build effective relationships and positive emotional links with people around you. By sticking to fundamental values, having sincere interest in them, being close, warm, authentic, loyal, honest, transparent. There is an easy way to see if you are achieving it. Count how many bright eyes you have around you. If there are not too many, remember that there are no boring audiences but boring artists. Therefore, you should ask yourself, who are you being to make that your partner, your children, your friends, your colleagues don't have bright eyes? If the answer is honest, it will be difficult to digest, but could be the starting point of a much better version of yourself. And let me add that in general, women probably manage better than men the human relationship skills that are linked to inspiration. So I would like to make a brief request to all women that graduate today. Never give up on the legitimate right you have to achieve the same opportunities, positions, and compensations than men. Not only because you deserve it, but because our organizations and our world needs your talent. Let me share another thing that life teach me. They say what cannot be measured does not exist. They also say that talent is scarce and you must fight a war to identify, attract, and retain it. Those two ideas are false in my opinion. What can be measured does not only exist, but is the most important. Inspiration, happiness, love are the driving forces behind any human activity, including work. On the other hand, talent is infinite, and every single person has an endless, surprising amount of talent that we only use in a very small part in organizations. Thus, I learned that our main challenge is to humanize organizations, making space for not only our rational dimension, but our physical, emotional, and spiritual dimensions in them, turning them into human, comfortable workspaces. This maximizes commitment, which drives results. So in other words, I learned that leadership is about influencing the mood or state of mind of a group of people, healing the emotional environment of an organization. That's the best you can do to increase benefits and happiness around you. Third step, development. As a Nike ad said, if you think training is hard, try failing. Nothing good in life comes without an effort. Today you might have the impression that you finish your learning. In fact, the day you stop learning, you effectively die. Never stop learning, being curious, growing as a professional, and most of all, as a person. This also includes a fundamental sense of balance. Life and happiness are about balancing your human dimensions, mind, body, emotions, and spirit. Learn, read, relax, exercise, meditate, sleep, eat well. Taking care of yourself holistically is the best investment you can ever do. And also try to find a balance between long and short term, thinking and doing, family and work, growth and sustainability. The quality of the rest of your life depends on how much you develop and take care of yourself and how much you achieve that balance. And here's another thing that life teach me. They say we spend half of our life building our ego and the other half dismantling it. We all have our essence that we show transparently as a kids. Later, during adolescence and first adult steps, we build several layers and masks to defend ourselves from the fears and life challenges. Unfortunately, many people build such a useful costume that merge with it and in fact become the costume, forgetting the essence that lies deeply below. But inevitably, certain experiences and moments in life starts waking up that essence again, resulting to an internal fight that can be painful. Try to never forget who you really are in essence. That will not make you weaker, but more human, authentic, closer to other people. Letting others know more about you as a person and being vulnerable are clear signals of strength and humanity. This is a must if you want to effectively lead yourself and others. So learning and growing is not only achieved outside yourself, but also and fundamentally inside yourself. Fourth step, results. I personally don't agree at all with a well-known sentence which says that what counts is taking part. We don't need to participate, we need to win. having followed the rules and respected the fundamental values. Believe me when I tell you that you will be able to achieve whatever goals you have and get over whatever challenges you face, provided that your effort and commitment is enough. Life leaves you only with a choice between two pains, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret for not having tried enough. There is literally nothing impossible. Impossible is only a temporary state until someone achieves something. As Muhammad Ali put it, impossible is just a big word thrown around by small men who find it easier to live in the world they've been given than to explore the power they have to change it. Margaret Mead also said, never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, is the only thing that ever has. Seek to be part of this small group. Do whatever it takes to improve the world around you, not only by trying, but achieving results. And the rest, compensation, recognition, will come. Just as the applause comes after a good performance, your focus must be on the performance, not on the applause. I used to tell a story I invented to my children about two knights that had to fulfill a mission. One failed and the other succeeded. There were two basic differences between them. The first one thought it was too difficult and did not really try hard and put all his efforts and commitment to it. The lesson was dream, imagine possibilities, think big, and don't let anyone convince you that your dream is impossible. Start by really trying, being convinced that you can do it, and then put all your efforts and talent to it. There will be difficulties, challenges, obstacles. Life is not always easy. But as Viktor Frankl explained, you are not your circumstances, but what defines you as a person is the reaction you choose to have in front of the circumstances. We are not in the hands of fate, as many people demonstrated. People like Frankl or Mandela or Gandhi or many others that changed history. Never forget that they were as human and as normal as you. They had the same amount of time and talent that you have. It is your choice to tiptoe through life or live a life worth living and contribute to improve the world around you. Fifth step, referent. To inspire yourself and others, you must set the example. You must become a referent of many things, starting with ethics and values, to build trust. You cannot go wrong if you always do the right thing. Rewards, money, material possessions are enjoyable, but after all, secondary. And when you approach the end of your life, which you see very far, but believe me, time flies, there is only one thing left, your legacy on people around you. They will not remember the achievements nor the details, but they will remember how you make them feel. Be a referent of positive energy, optimism, dreams, and passion. As John Quincy Adams stated, if your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. Trust in others and make them go beyond what they even thought they could go. Make them feel special, unique, and they will become so. Become a referent of trust and empower others around you. Build as much self-management teams as possible, as this will not only be more effective to achieve results, but will also make your positive impact, influence, and reputation grow faster. These 5 words, purpose, inspiration, development, results, and referent, using some synonyms in Spanish, form the word leader. And I use them in the leadership model I created and I explained in a couple of books I have written. I firmly believe that those 5 steps are a fast track to good leadership as well as to a much richer and conscious and better life. After thousands of years of leadership literature, when all should be said, thought, and written, the sad reality of our world is that we have a global leadership crisis. Our political, industrial, social, and religious institutions are weaker than ever, mainly because its leaders are worse than ever. Our world, our companies, institutions, and planet urgently need more and better leaders. Human, honest, conscious, effective leaders. And I'm not referring to a handful of key few leaders, but to a real army of unknown leaders who improve the world around them in the scope of their humble environments, creating an unstoppable wave of change. Today, this graduation is somehow a prize for you, a recognition to your efforts. But I would suggest that you also look at it as a responsibility. You have the choice to go out there and just keep going wherever destiny may take you, being the small men that find it easier to live in the world they have been given. Or, alternatively, you can go out there with a clear intention to explore the power you have to change and improve the world around you. For whatever my humble advice can serve, I suggest, even beg you, that you take the second option, and that you commit to take the helm of your destiny to become one of those leaders our world needs. There is no better and faster path towards leadership, success, and happiness than helping others and improve the world around you. I can assure you that much. So by taking the second option and the 5 steps I have explained, you will not only make your life worth living, but you will effectively walk towards leadership, success, and happiness. Many thanks for listening. From deep in my heart, I wish you all the best in your extraordinary life you have in front of you. Moltes felicitats a tots.